Hello and all, welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one we're talking Belal Muhammad, his comments on Islam Makhachev, Ilia Topuria, specifically his comments on Islam Makhachev, why Islam is not taking this Ilia Topuria fight. We're going to get into our welterweight champions comments. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, one and only MMA Vision Analysis. It seems like that Islam Makhachev, well, according to Belal Muhammad, who's a close friend of Islam, I think it's comfortable to say at this point, he trained with that camp in preparation for his title fight, and which he ended up winning, obviously, by defeating Leon Edwards. I do digress a bit. Obviously, he talks about Islam. He says that Islam Makhachev has nothing to gain from defeating Ilia Topuria. Now, I want to add to that. I think he has nothing to gain except for saying that he defeated Ilia Topuria, which I think we all realize, including Islam Makhachev and Belal Muhammad, that this is something that's easier said than done. I mean, look, this Ilia Topuria guy is a real problem, right? And unfortunately for Charles Oliveira, I think he's going to be the first one to find out that Ilia is, as tough as they come. And obviously the 28-year-old is perhaps just now entering his prime. We probably even haven't seen the best of Ilia yet, which is really scary if you think about it. The guy's already knocked out of Max Holloway. Max has never been knocked out before. He knocked out Volkanovski, despite the fact that Volkanovski was compromised. So this guy actually has those two wins are, in my eyes, equal to like somebody with like a 20-0 record. Just those two wins alone. Because sometimes you get these guys with these, 18, 19, 20-0 records, but, they come to the real challenge with all respect to their previous opponents and they find out, so to say. So, Ilia Topuria, at this point, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons he vacated that featherweight title, because what's after, knocking out Volkanovski to win the title and defending it by knocking out Max Holloway for the first time ever, right? There's really nothing beyond that. It's sort of downhill from that, if you were to ask me, because who are you going to beat after that if you were, Ilia Topuria? And people are going to say, what's after? With all respect, Max Holloway, Alexander Volkanovski, who's championing the division again, obviously. So it just goes to show you that Ilia Topuria is no joke. And unfortunately for Charles Oliveira, he's going to be the first to find out, my personal opinion. Unless Charles has other ideas. Charles is one of those fighters. He will look like he's losing and then end up submitting somebody. Now, like I said, with Ilia Topuria, this is much easier said than done. And with the guy's confidence, I mean, look, there's something about somebody who believes in himself, and then somebody that believes in himself and has the ability to back that belief up with action, obviously. So there's that. Yes, Belal Muhammad is right partially with that statement, but if you think about it, I think there's a lot to gain from actually defeating Ilia Topuria, especially looking back in retrospect, because I don't think we're realizing yet, but when we look at Ilia Topuria, we are looking at an all-time great. And I think time will prove that to be the case. Like I said, the guy's 28 years old. We haven't even seen the best of him yet. Imagine Ilia at 29, 30, 31. Apparently, he wants to retire around that 32 to 34 range, which I highly suggest all fighters to do so. Boss man Dana White probably is not a huge fan of me saying that, but in all honesty, look, let me tell you something. After 34, 35, the stats are not in those guys' favor, and gals as well. So just look at the numbers, and that would explain why somebody would want to retire at that 32 to 34 range, because pretty much that's leaving while you're on top, similar to Khabib Nurmagomedov. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know in the comments, like, subscribe for more.